Alright, so today I'm just going to be going over my personal review of the Makita EM2600L. Now this is a straight shaft string trimmer. The string trimmer was purchased on Amazon for $250, and that is including free shipping, and I am not even an Amazon Prime member. They give you free shipping on a lot of products that are shipped from Amazon. Now, when I bought this, it was the last one available at the time. They do have it on Amazon again, but I believe the price has increased a slight amount. So I guess I should start off by telling you guys what I like about this machine. It's fairly lightweight. It has a 25.4cc engine, which is fairly large. The only thing that's a little bit misleading on this machine is it says Japan here on the shaft, but it actually isn't made in Japan. If you actually look it up online, these are made in China, and that isn't to say that the quality is poor, because it isn't. It is fairly good quality, and it is right up there with the other major brands. They just do not sell these machines at very many local box stores. I've actually never seen one in stores before, only online, and I actually decided to give it a try just for that reason. It looked kind of unique to me. But there's a little bit more to that. I've always been a fan of Dolmar products, but I've never owned any. But I've just been a fan of their chainsaws. I personally haven't owned any, but a few of my friends have, and the same with their trimmers. I haven't owned any of their trimmers, but I've always been interested in their machinery. And for those of you who do not know, this Makita is actually the exact same as the Dolmar 25.4cc gasoline string trimmer. So if you take a look here, you'll see the company that manufactures this trimmer is actually called Adai, and it's actually the Ningbo Garden Machinery Company, and they are based in China. That being said, unlike a lot of Chinese string trimmers, this has a very nice, very good quality trigger, kill switch. The shaft is aluminum. The brush cutter guard is very large. It comes with a brush cutting guard as well up here, which this is designed to hit your leg and prevent any kickback from a saw blade. So that's good that they've also included that. The clutch is very good on this machine. Haven't experienced any slippage. And something that I really do like about this trimmer is the gasoline tank guard here. If you have something jagged, chances are it probably will damage this tank. But from drops and whatnot, you have a nice aluminum cover here, so nothing's really going to damage the tank unless it has a point to it, which it's always nice to see companies, you know, situate the gas tank up a little bit higher and add a guard, something of which I've mentioned in previous reviews of gasoline string trimmers. So the fuel tank is fairly large. It seems to hold quite a bit of fuel. The recoil here has a bit of an assist to it, which I can feel there's a bit of spring tension inside there. I'm not a big fan, but this trimmer's engine actually has quite a bit of compression, which was somewhat surprising to me. So I'm guessing that there is a two-ringed piston in this machine. Don't quote me on that. I haven't had the exhaust off to look, but just judging by the amount of compression and the way that the engine feels, I'm going to say that there is quite a high possibility that there is a two-ringed piston in this machine. Now, something that I've mentioned in other reviews, I really like this shroud here. A lot of people tend to rest their arm, elbow right here, and this has a nice big cover. There's no hot engine parts that are going to hit your arm and burn you. Everything is covered in this, including the exhaust, and the spark plug here, the boot is protruding, but the boot is quite large and has this large cover on it, so I'm really doubtful that you will get any shocks from this machine. I've owned this machine for almost a year now, and as you can tell, it's in very clean condition. I tend to keep all of my machines clean, and I believe that that is one way to keep them lasting for quite some time, is to keep them clean and use premium fuel in the actual machine as well as a premium oil. One downside on this trimmer is this head. The head that it comes with, it does say Makita on it. I guess it's not a generic head, but it's garbage. It's really hard to actually wind the string in, and when you take it apart, there's two washers that just fly out with a spring, and you kind of have to guess how it goes back together. I know how it goes. It's washer, then the spring, then the other washer. I've had to use a little bit of grease to hold the washers up in place while I put the cap back on, but that'll be changed. I'm going to end up putting a speed feed on this, an Echo speed feed. Those are the, well, I shouldn't say the best, but one of the best trimmer heads out there. Actually, my favorite is what's actually in my Hitachi, which is a Hitachi trimmer head, and the reason for that is, yes, you do have to take it apart, but the whole piece with the eyelets comes off, so you basically wind up the trimmer head and put it through the eyelets and just clip it back on, which it's very simple to do so if you have any basic knowledge of string trimmer heads. So to start the trimmer, it's fairly simple. The choke lever is here on the back. Up is with the choke engaged, meaning that it's going to block airflow from entering to the intake system, and down is with the choke off. Like I mentioned before, the pull start has a spring to actually assist you in pulling over the engine. The kill switch is very simple. It's situated here on the handle. So to actually shut the engine off, you just push down like so. And when you want to start the engine from a cold start, you engage the trigger and push the switch all the way forward. And when you hit the trigger, it's going to knock back to the run position. That's only for starting, and what it does is advances the throttle a little bit and actually applies a bit of throttle when you're cold starting the machine. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a cold start. The engine was running. It's cold enough to the point where I can actually still touch the exhaust without getting burnt, but it was running, so I'm not going to apply any choke, and I'm not going to advance the throttle as well. I'm just going to simply pull the machine. The primer bulb on this is situated underneath right here at the bottom of the carburetor. This is also the same as some other trimmers with a rotary style carburetor like this. The primer bulb is easy to get to. There's a cutout in the air filter here, so that you can actually situate two of your fingers or one, whatever, to actually squeeze the primer bulb. And I just primed the machine a couple times, although it did not need it. And I'll pull the pull start, and we'll see how it starts. It should take 1 to 2 pulls. Just like that. I'll rev it up so you can hear it. This engine's really smooth, and it is isolated from the trimmer shaft using rubber insulator mounts. So as you can see, the primer bulb is right there, and there is a cutout in the air filter assembly that actually lets you prime the machine. It runs really well, and I am glad that I actually got this machine. It's nice to have in the collection. What was also included with it was a trimmer strap. I don't use it, as well as some accessories for running a blade, but they do not include the blade, unfortunately. So take this out and we'll do a couple little trims with it. So once again, this trimmer is light enough to use with one hand, as with a lot of my trimmers, but I guess that's dependent upon your physical ability. So I'll just have a little bit of weeds here, and we'll trim them down. I'm using a Vortex 0.95 line. And the trimmer doesn't put up an effort at all. It's very easy to trim whatever you have to trim. Just shut it off. It's just like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this Makita. Also let me know if you want me to do any other videos on any other of my string trimmers or anything small engine related. If you've seen my recent video of my Stihl FS91R, I just finished breaking in that engine, and I can tell you it has gained quite a bit of power. Besides that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're thinking about buying a Makita EM2600L, or any string trimmer for that matter, leave a comment. I'll let you know my thoughts. And if I have one, I'll make a video on it. Thanks for watching. I'd give this trimmer a 7.5 out of 10 stars, and yeah, there's my verdict on it. Medium weight, well balanced, lots of power, get what you pay for, $250. You get quite a bit of accessories with it. Now I'm not 100% sure on the warranty on this. That was something that actually wasn't included with the purchase. There was no warranty information at all. But I'm sure if you had a problem with it, you wouldn't have any trouble getting anything replaced. And if you did have any trouble with the machine, you could also leave me a message and I'd be sure to help you. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was another video by Pimpin' Pens. Take it easy. See ya.